G'day everyone, hope you're well. Alright, alongside my Bronco build I'm about to do, I'm going to do a bucket list build, an abandoned helicopter parked in a graveyard style thing. I've always wanted to do one. So this will be the one. It will not be Marine 1, it will be the other option in the box we'll have a look at shortly. So it's Trumpeter, former Gallery. So originally it was tooled by Gallery models in 2012. The H-34D, well this one's the VH-34D. There is 5 or 6 different versions, boxings. So Gallery models did it. Then another company, Monochrome, I think, and Trumpeter are now the ones with the molds. So yeah, there's about 5 or 6 different versions, and I just love this helicopter, beautiful old beast. So a few images of what's going on with the kit. There you got a big sheet, big sheet of photo etch, two sprues of photo etch even. Again, that's just the Marine 1 scheme. Just quickly, if I can get it there, that's the one I'll be doing, the US Coast Guard. So I can do faded with it. I want to do faded, and I think the yellow will work better than the Marine 1 presidential chopper. Alright, so let's have a look. This is one of those kits that have come and gone from my stash over the years. I've bought them, sold them on because I wasn't going to do them, but I keep coming back to it. Alright, this will be our should be the clear parts there and a bit of other gear, and it's still going. Oh, that's the way. Just smashed the camera post. Alright, let me remove that out of the way. Alright, so you got your sprues, your photo etch, and your decal sheet. They even give you a list of unused parts. Alright, starting off with the engine, so you can have the engine displayed on this. Out of the box you can get aftermarket engine for it, but because I'm just doing it like it's been sitting in a boneyard for years, it's not, I don't really need all the fancy parts. So engine first up, and then into the cockpit, the seats, instrument panel, floor, the yokes. You got seats attached to a bulkhead, and you got the floor section, and you got some side panels, and we got the rear section with all the seating in that. You've got to drill out the holes for them. A lot of the photo etch will be used here with it's all your harnesses, which is a nice touch because sometimes you don't get that sort of thing with helicopter kits. So that's all the seats and the rear cabin. Got the engine going on to the floor section. You got a bulkhead going in. We got the top here with the gearbox for the rotor head. Just got like a floor up above the cabin with all that on, buttoning up the sides, so it looks like we got side panels that the fuselage will come into later. Some more bulkheads. Alright. Okay, Okay. Sorry, because it's the Marine one, you've got the President's set up with the seating, and then you've got the seating for the Coast Guard one, so they're different, obviously. So this section here was the President's cabin, and then the rest is the standard cabin. Alright, so then you got the clear parts go in from the inside. Some photo etch going in there, a couple of small parts. You got photo etch grills around the engine area. Mirrored side, obviously, so different part numbers, but same thing going on. The photo etch, those other parts. Alright, so this is the President's cabin one going together. So we should have another one for the standard cabin, which will be the one I'm doing. So that goes in, fuselage wraps around that. You got another section at the back here with the bulkhead option part there. You got the bottom of the fuselage section going in. The engine doors. Now hopefully it doesn't show that, but you should be able to pose them open. I would imagine we've gone all the trouble to make an engine. You would want to see it, but it doesn't show you the option there. You got the canopy section in the cockpit area. So you've got a frame with a lot of the windows in, but then you're putting the main two door windows in. The winch section going on the side, which looks like we have a little hook as well there. The wheels, the gear legs, another option part there, and the doors. And the doors you can have positioned open or closed. And you're onto the tail section. You can do the tail folded, which is shown you both ways there, which is again a nice option out of the box. And the final page is the rotor head and the blades. We've got a fuel tank by the looks of it. So for the rotor head, I want to minimize the area the display is going to take up, because this one's going to have a base with it. And obviously helicopters' blades, they take up huge room, so I've managed to find, I had to get it from England though, a folded rotor set. It's for the Wessex, but I think it should work with this one. Very similar aircraft. I won't get that out yet, but you got resin heads for the blades, where the blades attached that fold, and then you got some photo etch there. We'll have a look at that once we get into the build. Alright, take two. My camera decided to stop filming through that, so I've gone through all the bloody sprues and everything. Now I've got to do it again. Alright, this is your photo etch. So you get all your harnesses and grills around the engine, etc. Other parts on there. That's two sprues is a nice addition to an out of the box kit. Alright, the canopy section, nice clear windows. You've got nice edge around that framing to the clear part. That might make it easy to mask up with Tamiya tape and a sharp blade. Now I need to find everything I did. Alright, your bubble side windows on the doors. You've got two bits here. So you've got two instrument panels, but obviously you'll only be using one. And I'm not sure if that was for the presidential one or like in the Coast Guard or the other boxings you can get of this kit. Alright, decals again. All good, but because I'm just going to be doing like, I'm going to have the Coast Guard, I'm going to make a mask for it and the stars and bars, so I can do them really weathered and faded and whatnot. So I won't be doing any other markings, I don't think. Just have them that they've disappeared over time, probably something like that. Right, out nose engine section. There is ejection pin marks in there. They're shallow. If you're having it open, you want to get rid of them, but they're easy to get at where they are located. So that can be cleaned up. Exhaust parts as well. Your gear legs all look good. Alright, now yeah. Alright, I need to dig it all out because of the way I've stacked it. Alright, so you got your fuselage halves, the bottom of the helicopter, the skin underneath the fuselage, the floor, nice recess details and that. We got another nose section there, so this nose doesn't have any ejection pin marks in it. I didn't look to see which ones you'll be using for this particular kit. You got the door there, has no ejection pin marks either, which is good. There's ejection pin marks in the fuselage, but there's sidewalls, so you don't need to worry about them. But they all look nice. Won't be in any order now, I've got it all over the place. So you got the wheels are two halves. They'll suffice for my build, but if I was doing a nice in-service helicopter, I'd get resin ones. All your engine parts, instrument panels, all nicely moulded. No flash, I don't think. This one, I'm not sure how many parts you'll use off of here. There's guns for one of the other boxings of the kit, for the military ones. Pylons there. It's even got rocket launchers, so I don't know which version had them. And a drop tank. So yeah, I'm not sure on that sprue what you'll be using. Okay, so this is the inserts for the inside, so there's no ejection pin marks. That's for the Coast Guard one. There's a different one for the presidential one. All nice raised and recessed details, no issues. You got nice the soundproofing texture. Just making sure I'm still recording. Rotor blades are molded with a sag. The gearbox two halves. That was down. That's if you have your tail folded, so you can see the detail of the interior of it. Tail rotor blades there. Again, nice. Alright. Now that's the interior of the presidential one, so you haven't got all the ribbing and that in the wall texture. The other door, again, there's no ejection pin marks on that. That's good. Very nice. Alright, two more pieces. I think I've covered it all here. So that's the seats for the Coast Guard version, and that would be the same as what you get in other boxings for the military ones. This is the seats for the presidential one, the nice fancy seats. Right, let's see if it works this time. Alright, so this, like I said, this is a bucket list of what I want to do on band and helicopter. Looking forward to this. It'll be a slower build because it's going to have a base, so it'll be like a vignette diorama display with the chopper, and I'll have grass and other things around it and that, so it'll take a while. I'll sort of chop and change my thoughts on the display as I go along with it. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I love the helicopter. I've always wanted to do one of these kits, and now I'm going to do it. And also we'll be doing the folded rotor. I hope that all works out alright. I'll see how I go. I'll work something out, I'm sure. Alright, now I will take photos and add them to the end so you can see sprue parts better. Thanks for watching.